So let's talk about the future of mobility and connected to AI, of course, as we want. If any questions are there, just raise your hand, and then we step into discussion. Let's focus on the. I think everybody is thinking. Seeing this amazing story and learning that it's not only a vision, but it's already in project.
Work in progress.
Work in progress. So, is it really needed? So we have the railway. We will have. I don't know. Maybe let's discuss this. We will have maybe transport drones, so transportation by drones. Could be cargo, could be persons. We will have autonomous driving, obviously. What is the so how do you compare yourself to these future kinds of transportation? Okay, I see the railway case. That's the old one. But how you compare yourself to the future ones?
Yeah. So the use case we're targeting right now is time-sensitive freight. We had really good discussion with express freight company, DHL, FedEx, Amazon, and so on. And in North America, if you want to send a package to, let's say that you are in San Francisco, and you want to use DHL and send a package to New York. So let's say it's like 4 p.m., your office closes at 5, you drop your package. The day after, your package will fly to their main hub, which is in Cincinnati. And then the day after, maybe the same day, they're going to fly to New York. So every day they have a flight to all the major cities in North America. Yeah. And so what DHL is looking for is to remove that flight, first for cost purposes, second for environmental purposes. It's costing them between 5 to 10 million every year. So rather than having one flight to go to New York and Boston, or let's say Toronto and Montreal, they want to consolidate everything to be shipped in Toronto and then ship the rest to Montreal. That's the first thing they want to do. They also want to remove some trucks they have on the highway. Okay, today between Toronto and Montreal, it's 10,000 trucks per day. That highway is just full of trucks, and it's not sustainable. So they want to remove that too as well. And so for them, a system like that from day one will be full with freight. Again, time-sensitive freight, not the ton of wood or which can take the conventional train, like you said. It's really kind of to address a need from a freight aspect. And going back to the North American market, the Australian market, they don't have any pass. Everyone is traveling by air. And as of today, that system is really competing against the aircraft for short-haul connection. And this is where also it's a good fit for passengers with more, I would say, something more convenient to use than an airline.
Yeah. Did I get it right that you said that this typical hub and spoke concept in cargo, in transportation, so to fly the things to Detroit, what you said?
Cincinnati,
and then next day to New York. Yeah. And to do this this spokes from every city and then to the hub and then again. We know this for decades already, and this was the big invention in transportation to make it better. Did you say that they will change it? They want to change it. The future of mobility is to replace it by another system?
So the value proposition when we went to Alberta or Texas is again because we propose a better business model, better business case than existing railway. Yeah. The cost of the infrastructure between Calgary and Edmonton has been estimated to 18 billion. The good news nowadays is that there is enough capital on the market to finance those infrastructure. I don't know if we've talked about that, but I think Microsoft wants to invest or is investing 100 billion for a supercomputer. So 18 billion from infrastructure, I would say, investors, that's doable. But they're not giving blank check. They need to know, okay, where is the return? Yeah. And before, the missing piece was, okay, there's no return without public subsidies. And North American governments are not as keen as European government to actually write a check when they know that they're going to lose money. Yeah. So this is where we feel that gap.
That's the problem of Europe, by the way.
No, but
not of North America.
At the same time, you have a good network of high-speed train, and that's also one of the reasons we don't foresee a strong market for us in Europe. Yeah. I mean, I would love to do Paris-Berlin, but...
I see. Okay, what do you say? Or let's talk about mobility in general. I understood your concept. I would like to know, how does it play with the other possible parts of mobility? So with drones, with autonomous cars, maybe someday with autonomous cars or autonomous trains on the railway, and so on. Do you have a concept in mind or an idea in mind how this plays together?
It's really to complement existing modes. We foresee some challenges with some system you've just described. I know that the trend in Europe and North America is not to expand highways. So even if and that's the challenge they have with electrical cars and so on. Okay, that's good, but it's not addressing the car problem. And population continues to grow. So we won't do the last mile delivery. We'll still need the connection to the main, I would say, railway station. Yeah. But at the same time, we want that system to be more convenient and more profitable than existing ones. So as of today, if you want to build a high-speed train between Calgary and Edmonton or any other major cities in North America, you'll face two main challenges. The first one is the profitability. And the second one, and I've touched on during the presentation, is how to secure the right of way. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the private law, especially in Texas, are pretty strong, so you can't expropriate people like that. When we approach landowners, they say, okay, we want to cut a business deal with you, mm-hmm. which is different from, you know what, I want to expropriate you. Yeah, this is not going to be quite welcome to on that. Anyway.
Yeah, sure. Interesting. So, what is,
maybe just to jump on that, we also approach airlines to switch, okay, rather than buying aircraft, would they be open to buy our vehicles?
Okay.
And yeah, some are pretty open. Yeah, usually low-cost airlines. Yeah, more than the main ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's just again a mindset kind of approach too as well. Yeah. Some are, yeah, sure. We can operate a transport vehicle, Fluxjet, rather than an airplane. It doesn't change. Even bus car companies are looking at that too as well. So and so on.
No, I absolutely get the case of small distance flights, so replacing small distance flights.
Yeah, for us it starts to be kind of interesting when its minimum would be 200 to 300 kilometers. Uh-huh. Because if it's around 100, you're better off with a conventional train. Yeah. Because again, it's not a magnetic gun. The acceleration is the same as a train. So if you keep accelerating and decelerating, it's too short.
It's too short.
You can get a conventional train.
Yeah. And if you talk to the established railway companies, what is the reaction on that side?
That's the reason why we're not in Europe. No, and you know what? I mean, we say that history repeats itself. We have many examples. We have, even on the software industry, why BlackBerry didn't take seriously Apple, why Yahoo didn't take seriously Google. Yeah. Why more recently, when I started to work, I have an aerospace background, started to work with Airbus, and I've talked to Ariane Space, who was looking, and that was back in 2005, and they were kind of, wow, getting rockets back on Earth, this is bullshit. Mm-hmm. And I said, you know what, I'm not so sure about that, and now they've lost 60% of market share, if not more, against SpaceX. Yeah. So assuming we're successful, for us, we see ourselves as the next generation of ground transportation. So I would encourage companies like Siemens and Alstom to actually put some efforts and start developing that. And again, it's not just for TransPod. South Korea is doing that. And I can tell you that South Korean high-speed trains are way better than what we have in Europe. China is putting some money on that. India is putting some money on that. Turkey is putting some money on that. So it's just like, even if we are not successful, if Hyperloop One was not successful, now it's just like, yeah, innovation is underway.
Do you think that I'm trying to connect it to artificial intelligence and so on. Do you think that artificial intelligence, AGI maybe, is mandatory to run the system? Probably not, right?
It's not mandatory, but it will save us lots of money.
Oh.
Okay, lots of money. What we're looking at, and I don't know if there's any people working with SpaceX in the room, but I would love to know what type of AGI or AI SpaceX is doing. Are they using AI to get their rockets back on Earth? Okay, question mark. Are they using AI to design the Starship? Okay, because some of the physics we're dealing with, especially on the levitation system, are unstable system, like those boosters who are trying to bring it back. And there's lots of math behind that, and AI could really speed up the process, really accelerate that. One of the not drawback, but concern I have is that our system and technology is heavy regulated, is at what pace regulators will actually accept that. What we can't afford is to have a black box. We need full transparency. We need full understanding on the results of what the AGI may arrive. If we don't have that and we can't explain the result to regulators, that's going to be quite challenging. And not accepted.
Yeah, I think for the question you mentioned with the nose of your cabin, maybe you should talk to the quantum computer companies as well, because I know that maybe he is in the room. It's not Jan.
Want me to buy one of those computers?
No, not buying the computers. No, but what I know is that they work together in a pilot project with the companies, Rolls-Royce, for instance, who produce the turbines for planes, and could be a similar complex problem.
It's similar, and we have many, like how do we optimize the aerodynamic shape of a Formula One car?
Yeah.
Okay, do we have AI behind that? Is it still, like yesterday I've been talking with one of the experts, and he said the AI today has the, I would say, level of a high school student. Not every high school student, the one who read everything in the library, but anyway. But okay, we need now the next level. We need the one who actually, it's the level of a university professor.
I see.
And then we'll have amazing results, and maybe crazy too as well. Because
and do you think the system, so the transportation system overall, over all the different possibilities of cars and drones and whatever. Do you think that this will be a centralized system, governed or controlled by one artificial intelligence and controlling everything, or is it still decentralized?
So both will have that centralized kind of control at a really high level, but let's say because we need to look at every scenarios, like complete blackout. So the vehicle itself will have the obligation to actually take the decision by itself, okay, when it comes to evacuating people. So and we'll have AI, I would say, system on board. We talked about the levitation system to assure a smooth ride, and and being able to take decision if some information is not available for the safety of the passengers.
Okay, thank you so much for this look into the future of mobility. Any questions here? If not, then we continue to the next session. Sebastien,
no question.
Thank you.